Can you stop being like overexposed? Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Kenzie. If you did not know that, now you know. And you guys, today we are going to be playing, testing, trying out, reviewing the Nabla Secret Palette. That is right, you guys. I've had this palette for actually quite some time. I got this when it first came out. If you don't know, Nabla is a Italian company. They are based in Milan. I really want to review this palette for you guys and let you know what I think about it because I've had this for literally so long and I forgot to film on it, so it's better late than never, as I always say. So yeah, if you want to see the review / tutorial that we do end up doing with the palette today, then just keep on watching. So before we actually get into the eye look, I do want to go ahead and show you the packaging, do a couple little finger swatches with you. So here is what the packaging looks like. I do think it is a really pretty packaging. It's like this really nice pink flower color here and this red. And then when you open it up, by the way, this is cruelty free and vegan. So that is so great. Congratulations. In general, I guess. I meant congratulations to Nabla because that is definitely a feat. Not many brands can say that they are cruelty-free and vegan, so that is really great. You'll be able to see that I have literally never even swatched this palette. Here what the shades look like. These look so freaking pretty. I'm obsessed with these so far. This one right here, I love. This one, I love. And this one, can you guess? I love. So let's go ahead and go into Fantasize here. We'll do Rosemary, Hypersensual. Oh. We'll do this Contigo shade up here. Oh, that's pretty. It's quite subtle. I thought that it was going to be a lot more, bam, pigmented, but that's quite subtle. You can barely even see it. That is the Hypersensual shade. Ooh, now this one is nice. This one is the Rosemary shade right here. This one is super pigmented. I love that one. Fantasize. Ooh, that one's really pretty as well. Then I'll go ahead and just swatch the matte too. Okay, so these two right here is the Fantasize shade, and then this one is the Contigo. So really pretty. This one I wish was a little bit more pigmented, but maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's meant to be that way. Who knows? So now I want to go ahead and scoot you guys in and we will get started with the eye look. Okay, I've got you zoomed in now, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try to move my mirror to where it's not super duper in shot. And then I haven't really decided what I want to do with this palette yet. I kind of never know what I want to do with palettes when I review them. So I kind of just go into it a bit blind here. I know that I do a lot of pink eye looks, so I'm gonna try to steer away from that today. Maybe we'll do something a little more simple, a little more kind of use this Fantasize shade as a pretty pop of color, but usually, ooh. But pretty much keep it in the more neutral kind of family. I think that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the shade Ghibli right here. We're gonna go ahead and start there, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop that all over the crease. Where are my brushes? Oh. And also wanted to let you know I have already primed my eyes. I did use the Bad Habit primer today, but you can use whatever you want. Concealer, if you don't want to use primer, doesn't actually matter. But I've got that Ghibli shade. I never know how to actually say that. We're gonna go ahead and pop this all over the crease. Oh wow, this is actually a lot more pigmented than I thought that it was going to be, but that's totally fine. This is a really pretty kind of neutral brown shade. It's blended out really nicely. I am noticing just a teeny tiny bit, if you can see right here, there are some spots that are a smidgen darker than the rest, but I think that's because I kind of forgot to knock off the excess on my brush, so I kind of just went in with a full-on pow moment, so I'm having to really blend that out. But so far this has gone on really perfectly, very buttery buttery flaky crusts. And then we'll go ahead and do the other eye. I showed that commercial to my dad last week because he had never actually seen it, the buttery flaky crust commercial, and he nearly lost his marbles. It was absolutely hilarious. He could not stop laughing, and neither could I, honestly. When I first saw it, I was just like busting a gut Who says that anymore? I was laughing so hard when I saw that commercial, so I wanted to show my dad because my dad's, you know, a bit older. He's like 68, so he, I guess, relate, but it was, God, it was so funny. So I'm really just buffing and blending this out here. I feel like I went a little bit too ham on this side, so the inner corner, like the inner part right here, is super duper dark. So I may have to go back in on the other eye and kind of fix that. But so far, this has blended really, really nicely. I really love this shade. It's like the perfect tone of brown for me. So I think that's what I want to do with the crease shade. Again, this one is a little too dark right in this area, but that I think was my fault because I kind of just go super ham when it comes to eyeshadow. I don't know why. We're going to deepen up the crease just a tiny bit. We're going to go into that shade called Contigo right here. And I don't think this is a deepening shade, but I am going to use it just a little bit to not really deepen up the crease, but just add another layer on the crease. So we're going to take this on a Morphe M573 brush. The first brush that I used was Morphe M504. It's a really, really fluffy blending brush. And then I'm going to take Contigo and put it right on the outer corners right here, and then just slightly blend it in to the crease. And I do think that's nice. It actually layers really well on top of the Ghibli shade. So I do think this shade is just a hair darker. Ooh, and that one's blending super nicely. I love that. Oh yeah, I love that a lot. That's a really nice shade, and that's basically all I want to do to that kind of outer crease. We are going to deepen it up just a hair more after this, but right now that's what I want to do. I'm going to go back into that first Ghibli shade and then just take a little bit, buff out these two lines right here just to make it as seamless as possible. Oh man, I love these two shades together. Like, it really looks kind of like cozy and like a fall/winter color scheme so far. I'm super into it. Okay, and that part is done. I really like the way that I'm liking the way this has turned out. It's really, really pretty. I think that these shades are working super well with each other, and they're not getting like too muddy or anything like that, so big props there. I'm gonna go into the shade right here, and I'm not gonna pronounce this shade because I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's this one right here. If I turn the palette right side up, it's that one right there. And I'm going to go ahead and use that to deepen up the outer corners of the eye ever so slightly, and then just kind of make it a bit more smoky. And then to do that, I'm using my BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. It's in a set, and it's kind of like a black and white marbled effect, but it's in a set. It's really good. And we're going to go into that darker chocolate brown shade. That is super pigmented. And then we're gonna go ahead and focus that directly on the outer. Oh yes, oh, I love shades like this. These dark, rich, like coffee brown shades. I'm obsessed with these, especially if they keep their pigment and stay this dark. So if you can see, I am putting that right on the outer corner, and then we are going to really slightly drag this up to the crease, but not too far because I don't want to, you know, mix it in with the rest. Just a teeny tiny bit here. Just like that. Perfect. Just like that, just to give it a little bit of extra definition there, but I don't want it to be all the way in the inner crease. Yeah, that's what it's called. The inner crease, I just want it to stay directly on the outer part of the eye. And it stayed dark. Oh my god, I'm so excited about that. Now, like I said before, I want to use Fantasize. We're going to go directly into Fantasize right here. I'm going to take it on my finger first, because that's what I normally do. I'm going to try it on the finger first and then kind of see how it is. And if it doesn't do too well on the finger, then I'll switch to a brush all over the lid. Ooh. So pretty. I am gonna get a brush though. I forgot to get some setting spray, so I will be right back with some setting spray. Okay, I got some MAC Fix Plus right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray. I love how I just missed the brush the first time. And then I'm gonna go back into Fantasize, and let's see how it picks up on a brush. Oh, it's pretty good. That's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and finish. Oh yeah. That's doing a lot better. I am having a little bit of fallout right here. If you can see that, I usually don't do my foundation and my base before my eyeshadow, but with these reviews, I have started to do my base first just because I want to keep the focus on the actual palette. So hopefully it just doesn't like stay on my skin. So this shade is beautiful. I love this shade. Let me try to dust this away. Okay, that actually went away super easily. So it didn't stick to my skin or anything like that. It went away very easily, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Fantasize shade on the other eye, and I'll be right back. So I love that. That is so pretty. So that's basically it for the eyeshadow today. That is gonna be all we're gonna do. Obviously, we're gonna do the lower lash line. For that, I kind of actually wanna go into this shade right here called Addiction, just to give it a bit more pop of color. Oh, that's cool. I'm actually gonna go into that darker brown shade as well and put that on the outer part of the lower lash line, just to give it more of a cohesive look, because I felt like just the green by itself at the bottom looked a little bit too jarring. So I am gonna go into a little bit of that brown and put that down there as well, just to mix with that green. Obviously, if you just wanted to do just the brown on the lower lash line, that is totally fine. I did go a little bit color crazy just because I wanted to play around and kind of see what all the colors would look like, but I am very pleasantly surprised. So that's gonna be the eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and do some mascara. And for mascara today, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara because I feel like I haven't used this guy in quite a long time, and I do still like this mascara. I do think that the Thrive Cosmetics mascara has probably taken the #1 spot in my heart at this point. I really, really love this, but I am gonna go ahead and use this one today. Okay, and I have got my mascara. That was very... Okay, and I have got my mascara on, and the last thing that we're going to do today is lipsticks. I actually think I'm going to go with this one. This one's in the shade Beast. That's so pretty! It's very light. Like, it's almost like a mousse consistently. It's like a mousse consistency, and it's really light on the lips. It's very hydrating. It's not drying. I'm really into this. I like it a lot. And then I do want to go over with a little bit of gloss here. So I have the Pat McGrath lip gloss in the shade Pale Fire Nectar, and then I want to go over this ever so slightly and just kind of give it a little bit of shine. And yeah, you guys, that is the look that we have created today with the Nabla Secret Palette. I do really, really like this palette. I think the eye look is very pretty. It does have a little bit of color in there, but it is again quite neutral because we did use the mostly browns. All in all, this palette I really did enjoy. I'm gonna give it probably like an A because I really didn't have very many issues with it. The only issue that I ever even had was with that Contigo shade right here. And it wasn't even an issue. It was because I used a little too much and went up to, was it the Contigo shade? No, I think it was actually the Ghibli shade. I went a little too ham on it and got it too dark in one area, and then it wasn't really able to blend out that well. But I think that was actually my fault. But now you can't even tell that I had that problem, so I'm not even gonna say that was an issue. This palette is really, really good. I liked it a whole lot. It blended very nicely. The shimmers were beautiful. Well, the one that I used anyways. I highly recommend this palette. What are your thoughts? What do you think of this palette if you have it? If you don't have it, then would you think about getting it? I don't know. Let me know. But that is going to be the end of the video today. I really hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, then go ahead and click up that like button for me and then subscribe if you want to. If you want to see other videos that I post and when I post them, click the little bell down at the bottom there. Again, my name is Kenzie. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!